This story begins with Fong, who is sitting in his car listening to the news. Suddenly, he hears a report that an unidentified object has been seen moving through Earth's atmosphere, which could possibly be a UFO. Fong's doctor and friend calls him and warns that it's going to rain today, advising him to be careful. While Fong is talking on the phone, he gets distracted and ends up in a serious car accident, suffering major injuries. Just then, a girl named Shachi approaches him. She isn't wearing any clothes. She's actually an alien who had just descended from the UFO. She wraps herself in a sheet, walks up to Fong, touches him, and thinks to herself how handsome he is. She then shakes her head and uses her powers to heal him. Afterward, she notices that Fong's car is about to explode. To protect him, she places herself between him and the vehicle. When the car explodes, the impact hits Shachi and blue blood starts flowing from her mouth. Overwhelmed by the pressure, she falls into a nearby river. But just before she falls, a drop of her blood lands on Fong's hand and a glowing object from her locket also drops onto his body. In the next scene, we see Fong waking up in his home. A doctor comes in and tells him, "You were in an accident, but you're completely fine now." Then we see Xiai, who asks the man, "Is this the Northern Hemisphere?" But the man gets scared seeing her in that condition and runs away. Xiai sits there thinking, "What should I do now?" Suddenly, she hears a voice. It's a turtle. Actually, it's her secretary, Kubri. Kubri asks Xiaoi, "Do you remember the face of the person you saved?" Xiaoi replies, "I don't remember his face very clearly." Hearing this, Kubri tells her to find that man. Next, we see Fong getting ready and going to his company. There's a huge crowd there because all his ex-girlfriends have shown up with reports. Without saying a word, Fong goes straight into his cabin and sits down. He calls each girl in one by one. When they come in, he makes them such offers that they can't refuse and they agree to leave him. After that, all the girls leave happily. Just then, John shows Fong a drop of blood that has now turned into a stone. Seeing it, Fong sends it to the forensics department for research. Meanwhile, we see Xiai entering a clothing store. Using her powers, she starts trying on dresses. She finally picks out a bridal gown and puts it on. Just then, the store guard starts chasing her. She runs out into the street. Frightened by the loud traffic, she sits down in the middle of the road. A car is just about to hit her, but at the last second, she uses her powers to stop everything. And it turns out the car that was about to hit her belongs to Fong. Everyone freezes in that moment, but Fong remains completely calm. He looks at Xioi, and the moment she walks away, everything returns to normal. However, Fong is still in shock, wondering what is happening to him. Now, we see him talking to a doctor, and from their conversation, we learn that Fong's mother died during the rain, which caused him deep trauma. Because of this, he forgets all the girls he meets the day after it rains. This condition is called Majira. The doctor gives him medication for it. The story mainly revolves around Xiaoi. One night, she goes to a restaurant, drinks alcohol, and ends up heavily intoxicated. While there, she spots a guy and feels like he's the same person she saved the other night. Suddenly, the guy runs off to the restroom, and we find out that he's Ollie, Fong's stepbrother. Fong had asked Ollie to paint something for an art show, but Ollie came here to have a little fun. During this time, John shows up and quickly takes Ollie away after seeing him there. Next, we see Xiaoqi again completely drunk. When she tries to leave the restaurant, the manager stops her and asks her to pay the bill around 5 million. But because she's intoxicated, she behaves oddly and ends up fainting. The next day, we see that Miss Chai has brought Xiaoi to her home. Based on Xiaoi's clothes, Makai assumes she's from a wealthy family. She wants Xiaoi to pay the restaurant bill, but Xiaoi just says thank you and tries to leave without paying. Seeing this, Makai starts crying. This makes Xiaoi stop and say that she's willing to do anything to pay off the debt. Hearing this, Miss Chai calms down. In the next scene, Miss Chai gives Xiaoi a delivery job at her restaurant. While Xiaoi is out making deliveries, a passing car scares her, and she's unable to cross the street. She suddenly vanishes using her powers. Fong, who happens to be nearby, sees this and is shocked, but he assumes it's just his imagination. Then we see Xiaoi making a delivery to Ali. He invites her into his room and tells her that his brother has locked him up here, and only she can help him escape. Xiaoqi is very impressed by Ali as he's extremely handsome, so she decides to help him. After Ali leaves, Fong arrives and finds Xiaoi in his place. Xiaoi somehow manages to escape, but Fong finds her restaurant's business card and orders his people to find her. When Xiaoi arrives at the restaurant, she finds the clothes that Ollie had left behind for Miss Chai. Along with them, Ali had also left a card with a message asking Xiaoi to meet him at the restaurant. Seeing this, Xiaoi becomes very happy. Later that night, after finishing her delivery work, Xiaoi returns to the restaurant only to find it completely empty. But as she walks inside, she sees Fong sitting there. Fong tells her that he's booked the entire restaurant. Hearing this, Xiaoi tries to run away, but Miss Chai stops her at the door and tells her that such a big businessman made a special request just for her. So Xiaoi needs to go to Fong and find out what he wants. Xiaoqi approaches Fong and he asks her to cook a meal for him. At first, she refuses, but Fong then asks her to make something they can both eat together. When Xiaoi goes to cook, she struggles and accidentally starts a fire. Fong quickly puts out the fire using his shirt. After this incident, Xiai hears Fong's heartbeat and realizes that he's the same guy she saved that night. This draws her closer to him emotionally. Xiaoi becomes so attracted to Fong that when he asks her about Ali, She gives him the information. She tells Fong that Ali is in this restaurant. After that, Xiaowei goes to meet Ollie and tells him, "You need to get out of here. Fong has found out where you are." But Ollie replies, "Don't worry so much," and then sits down with Xiaowei to have dinner. They're talking when suddenly Fong shows up and starts taking Ollie away. Xiaowei grabs Fong's legs and tries to stop him, but Fong doesn't stop and pushes her away. Xiaowei pleads, "Take me with Ollie too," but Fong refuses. Then Ollie also grabs Fong's legs and eventually Fong takes both of them with him. Fong brings them to his house and tells Xiaowei she can stay in the guest room. Ollie shows Xiaoqi where the guest room is. After a while, Xiaowei starts looking for the announcement device, but she can't find it. Just then, Fong walks in, and Xiaowei gets scared and runs off. Fong goes to his room, looks at a photo of his mother, gets emotional, and eventually falls asleep. Suddenly, Xiaowei sneaks back in and resumes searching for the announcement device. She enters Fong's room, but Fong wakes up and tells her to leave. Xiaowei tries to use her powers, but because Fong is nearby, they don't work. Fong asks her, "What are you doing?" and calls the security to remove her from the room. The guards come grab Xiaowei and start taking her out. But after Fong leaves, Xiaowei tricks the guards and disappears from there. The next morning, Ollie asks Fong where Xiaowei is. Fong tells him she has already left. Ollie goes to see her, but Xiaowei really isn't there. Ollie then asks Fong, "Did you send Xiaowei away last night?" Fong replies, "Stay away from girls like her and focus on your work." In the next scene, we see Ali's mother, who is Fong's stepmother, meeting with her brother to come up with a plan to convince Ollie to quit painting and work at the company instead. Since Fong is running the whole company, they want to stop him from becoming the chairman. In the following scene, Miss Zhang returns. After that, Xiaowei comes to Fong's office and uses her power to stop everything. Then she gets into the elevator in front of Fong. Fong is shocked to see her, but after she leaves, everything goes back to normal. Fong then asks his assistant if she's seen any delivery girl, but the assistant denies it. Fong thinks it must have been just his imagination. Shuqi goes into Fong's cabin to look for her announcement device. Just then, Fong arrives and Shuqi quickly hides. However, Fong realizes that she's there and soon finds out that Shuqi was the one who saved him from the car accident. Later, we see Miss Zhang come to meet Fong because their parents had arranged a blind date for the two of them, but Fong refuses to meet her. Angered by this, Miss Zhang smashes the window of Fong's car and then confronts him. Fong clearly tells her that he has no interest in a blind date. Meanwhile, we see that Ollie finishes his painting and feels very happy. Just then, he receives a message from his ex-girlfriend saying that she's back. Reading the message makes Ollie furious, and in a fit of anger, he ruins his painting. After this, we see Fong and his stepmother having a conversation. It becomes clear that they don't really like each other. Then, Ollie comes to meet Shay. The two of them sit and talk, but Ollie can't control his emotions and ends up drinking way too much. He eventually passes out and grabs Shachi's hand. Suddenly, Shachi starts feeling cold because she's actually an alien, and touching a human makes her uncomfortable. She panics, runs into another room, and falls ill. Just then, Fong arrives and sees Ollie unconscious. He tells someone to take Ollie home. Fong then goes to Shachi and after seeing her sick, suggests taking her to the hospital, but Shachi refuses, saying she wants to stay with Fong because being around him makes her feel better. At that moment, Miss Chai arrives and sees the two of them together. She assumes they're having an affair and secretly takes a photo of him. A little while later, Shachi and Fong wake up. Fong asks her why she felt so cold the previous night. Shachi explains it was because of the fridge. Then Fong advises her to stay away from Ollie. After that, he leaves. We see that Miss Chai shows the photo to Shachi. Shachi deletes the photo, which makes Miss Chai upset. After that, we see Fong asking Ollie, "Why did you run away from here?" Ollie explains that he doesn't like seeing his paintings being sold. Fong tells him, "Just focus on your work and stay away from Shachi." But Ollie doesn't listen and starts arguing with him. Meanwhile, Shachi arrives to meet Fong, but his assistant tells her, "You can't meet Fong without an appointment." Just then, Fong arrives with Ali. Xiai immediately hugs Fong again. She helps Ali and gives him a chance to escape. Then Fong pushes Shachi away and tells her, "Go back to your planet." She walks out of the office looking very sad, feeling like no one here likes her. After that, Fong heads out for a meeting. While sitting in the car, he tells John, "Put Shachi on the blacklist. Inform everyone that she's not allowed to enter the office. You go to the meeting instead of me. I'm going to meet Finler's friend." Then he leaves. Meanwhile, Shachi goes to the hotel looking for Ali. They start talking and Ollie tells her how much he loves painting. At the same time, Fong meets Finler's friend and is shocked to see that it's none other than Miss Zhang. The two talk and Zhang says, "I did all this for Ali. He's an amazing artist. That's why his art should be encouraged. He needs to become even better." After that, Ollie paints a portrait of Shachi and both of them are really happy. Then Fong tells John, "From now on, order food at the office from Miss Chai's restaurant because Shachi will be busy all day and won't get a chance to meet Ali." The next day, when Shachi goes to deliver an order from the restaurant, Miss Chai gives her a scooter to use. However, Shachi doesn't know how to ride a scooter, and she ends up getting into an accident. The parcel falls into a ditch. Fong comes looking for her and finds her climbing down into the ditch to retrieve the parcel. Fong immediately helps her out and takes her to a nearby shop where he buys her some new clothes. Then he tells her to take a shower since her clothes were completely ruined. As soon as Fong steps outside, he sees Shachi leaving. He follows her, and as she steps out onto the road, she stops traffic in fear of the cars. Fong is stunned stunned watching this and follows her asking, is this real or am I just imagining things? But Shachi tricks him and runs off. Fong returns to the shop and is shocked to find Shachi in his room, leaving him totally confused. He goes to see his doctor and says he's hallucinating again. The doctor suggests that maybe there's a deeper connection between him and Shachi. Later, Shachi talks to herself and keeps thinking about Fong. She starts to believe that maybe Fong isn't so bad after all. One day, Miss Chai brings Shachi a bag full of stylish clothes, saying that Shachi should dress up a bit to catch Fong's attention. Shachi accepts the bag and thanks her. Later, John shows one of Ali's paintings to Fong and asks if they can display it in an exhibition. Fong looks at the painting and says, I've never seen this painting before. Where did you get it? John tells him that Miss Jang showed it to him. Hearing that, Fong says he wants to meet Miss Jang. Miss Chai and Shachi come to Fong's office, but when Shachi goes to deliver his order, Fong is in a meeting. Shachi tells him, stop following me. You like me, but I don't like that. Fong replies, I don't like you. Don't come in front of me again. Despite this, Shachi feeds Fong with her own hands and then quietly leaves. Just then, Fong starts to feel strange because he's allergic to seafood. Around the same time, Miss Jang arrives and Shiai returns. She picks Fong up and rushes him to the hospital, but they get stuck in a traffic jam. So, Shiai puts him on her scooter and using her powers flies over the jam. Later, Fong thinks it was all just his imagination. They arrive at the hospital where the doctor says Fong is fine, but he needs to stay there for a while. John asks Shiai to step outside. Right then, Fong regains consciousness, and the first thing he does is ask about Xiaowei. Miss Jang enters, but Fong doesn't recognize her. He says, someone else brought me here. Miss Jang replies, I just came to check on you. Shiai comes back to visit Fong and tells him, I brought you breakfast. But Fong refuses and says, I don't want to eat anything you brought. Then he asks her to scratch his back. Just then, the doctors walk in, pretending they're going to run tests, but instead they sedate him. Shachi sees this and immediately rushes in to save Fong. Fong says, thank you. You saved me. Shiai then asks, who are those people? Fong explains, my stepmother sent them. After that, Shiai goes to the restaurant and tells Miss Chai, the food you sent made him sick. That's when Miss Chai realizes Fong is allergic to seafood. She tells Shiai, you need to stay with Fong. He needs someone to care for him. So Shiai returns to the hospital and decides to stay. At first, Fong tells her she should leave, but then Shiai realizes he actually needs her, so she chooses to stay. She talks to Fong again and uses her magic to show him the whole world. Fong is stunned and feels like it must all be a dream. Then he grabs Shia's hand and they stare into each other's eyes. Meanwhile, Shachi accidentally knocks Fong off the bed. Just then, John calls her and tells her it's going to rain. This makes her wonder if Fong will forget her, just like he's forgotten all the other girls. Fong then tells Shiai, if I don't come back, forget about me. After that, he goes to check his memory bank and starts collecting information about Shiai. That's when John warns him, it's about to rain, don't go outside. Here, we see Miss Jang sending one of her spies into Fong's memory bank to delete some important memories. After that, Miss Chai announces that she will be closing her restaurant for a few days to go on a trip. She tells Shiai to take care of herself. Xiaowei goes to meet Fong, but he refuses to see her and leaves. Xiaowei waits for Fong for a long time, but he doesn't show up. Meanwhile, reporters arrive at Miss Chai's restaurant to cover the news. Xiaowei tells the reporters that Fong developed an allergy and that it wasn't her fault. She even offers to eat the same food right there to prove it. The reporters then ask why Fong has stayed silent until now. Xiaowei starts to cry. Fong, sitting in his car, watches all this on the news and rushes to the restaurant to help Shiai. Just then, a reporter pushes Xiaowei and she almost falls, but Fong catches her just in time. He clarifies to the reporter that her health issues were due to an allergy and not because of the restaurant's food. Afterward, Fong takes Shachi to the seaside. There, Shachi tells him, I didn't expect you to come help me, and she starts crying. Fong hugs her, which makes her feel better. Suddenly, it starts to rain and Fong begins to feel very uncomfortable. He returns home and tells John that the rain didn't affect him this time. He still remembers everything Shachi said and can't forget her. Later, once things return to normal, Miss Chai comes back to the restaurant. She puts up pictures of Shachi and fun all over the place, thinking that it will help make the restaurant even more popular. She tells Shachi, you really stood by me during tough times and I want to thank you for that. Just then, Fong shows up and asks Shiai, what happened to me yesterday? Shachi replies, nothing happened to you. After that, Fong leaves. When Fong gets home, he sees that Miss Jang is there talking to his parents. Suddenly, he pretends not to recognize her. Miss Jang says, we had a fight, and after clearing things up, she quietly leaves. Fong then goes to meet the doctor and asks him about Miss Jang. The doctor shows him several photos, but none of the girls help Fong remember anything. The doctor then asks, do you remember any girl other than Xiaowei? Fong replies, I only remember Xiaowei. The doctor says, Xia is the one who can help you. After that, the doctor advises Fong to start dating Shiai. Then we see Shiai getting her first paycheck and going shopping. She calls Fong and asks to meet up, but Fong declines. Just then, the call gets cut off and Fong starts to worry about Xiaowei. He decides to go see her. When he meets her, he asks, how did your phone get disconnected? Xiaowei tells him that a bicycle hit her, causing her phone to fall and break. Then she gives Fong a gift. At that moment, John calls and tells them that Finler and Ollie's mom is having a meeting. She tells Finler that Fong is pressuring Ollie to participate in the exhibition, even though Ollie has no interest in it. Hearing this, Finler gets up to leave. John tries to stop him, but Finler walks away. Later, Fong meets Ollie and asks, "Do you really want to take part in the exhibition or not? If you do, you need to complete a painting in 3 days so I can introduce you to Finler." Saying this, Fong leaves. Then Xiaowei meets Fong and asks about the exhibition. Fong replies, "The exhibition might get cancelled." Xiaowei tells him, "I'll help you. Trust me. I'll meet Finler and fix everything." Fong agrees and says, "Okay, I completely trust you." After that, Xiaowei and Fong go to the hotel to meet Finler. Using her determination, Xiaowei stops everything, and they enter Finler's room. Finler tells them to leave, but Xiaowei convinces him to talk. The three of them then have a conversation, and Fong manages to get Finler on board with the exhibition. Afterward, the three have dinner and drinks together. Fong ends up drinking too much, and Xiaowei takes care of him and brings him home. At home, Fong starts remembering his mother and becomes emotional. Xiaowei tries to comfort him and decides to stay with him for the night. It's morning and Shuchi calls John. The three of them have breakfast together and chat. During the conversation, John shares that Finler and he will be staying here for the next 2 days. Then Fong says that now everything depends on Ali. After that, Ali meets Shuchi and tells her that he's unsure what kind of painting he should make. While talking to Shuchi, Oi gains clarity about the kind of painting he should create. He tells Shuchi that he'll meet her only after he finishes the painting. Both of them happily agree to this. Later, Miss Jang comes to meet Fong, and the two of them go to Shuchi's restaurant. Shuchi gives them excellent service. Looking at Miss Jang, Shuchi tells Fong, "Miss Jang is perfect for you." Then she walks away. After a while, Shuchi returns with a heart-shaped cake for Fong and Miss Jang along with a toy. By accident, Fong spills his drink on the toy and it gets ruined. Shuchi explains that she only had 2 of those toys. One she had saved for someone else, and the other was meant for Fong. Hearing this, Fong suspects that the toy she had saved was probably for Ali. Afterward, Fong takes all the toys from the restaurant and gives them to Miss Jang. Fong returns home, and soon after his stepmother comes to see him and asks about Ollie. Fong has no idea where Ollie is. Then his stepmother brings up memories of his mother, which upsets Fong. He asks her to leave. Just then, John arrives and gives Fong some medicine, which gives him a bit of relief. John says the doctor thinks Xiai might be able to help you. Should we call her here? But Fun replies, "Finding Ollie is more important than Xiaowei right now. Tomorrow is the last day of the exhibition." Meanwhile, Ollie is busy finishing his painting. Xiai shows up with food. Ollie tells her that his painting is almost done and asks her to keep an eye on the door to make sure no one comes in. While Ollie works, Fong tries calling him, and Xiaowei answers the phone. Fong says, "Tell Ollie to meet Finler right away. He's about to leave. We have to stop him." Xiaowei responds, "I'll stop Finler." Ollie can finish the painting. Xiaowei rushes off on her scooter to stop Finler. As she follows his car, she suddenly swerves in front of him and pretends to have an accident so that he'll stop. When Finler gets out to check, he finds Xiaowei lying in front of his car. Just then, Fong and Ollie arrive at the scene. Fong is worried about Xiaowei, but she signals to him that she's only pretending. Then she tells Ollie to show his painting to Finler. Ollie shows him the painting, and Finler is really impressed. After that, Fong asks Xiaowei, "Why are you doing all this?" She replies, "Because we can go further together. It's hard to move forward alone." Everyone is happy after that. Then Fong puts Ollie in a different car and sends him home. Then Xiaowei and Fong continue driving, and Fong asks Xiaowei, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Hearing this, Xiaowei becomes lost in thought. She doesn't understand why Fong is saying that. Then her friend tells her, "You have to attract him. Only then will he want you to be his girlfriend." Later, Xiaowei goes to a restaurant and tells Miss Chai that Fong proposed to her. Miss Chai advises her and says, "Date him for a few days, get to know him, and then decide." Xiaowei agrees. Meanwhile, Fong keeps thinking about Xiaowei. When he gets to the office, he can't focus on anything except her. Around the same time, Xiaowei starts feeling like her signal device is activating. She ends up trapped in the middle of the road. Suddenly, she finds herself stuck between cars and crouches down in fear. Just then, Fong arrives and sees Xiaowei. He rushes over to her and scolds her. "Why are you sitting here? This is so dangerous." But Xiaowei is in shock and doesn't really hear what he's saying. Later, Xiai goes to Fong's company where she finds out that the signal device is in Fong's office. She tries to get into the lab but can't get inside. She turns back wondering how to get in. Xiaowei asks Ollie for help, but the secretary doesn't let them in without an ID. Still, they sneak in quietly. Xiaowei starts searching in the lab but doesn't find anything. Then Fong shows up and angrily scolds them for entering the research lab without permission. Ollie covers for them, saying he needed to do some painting, which makes Fong even more upset. Then Fong asks Xiai if she's thought about his proposal. Xiai says she hasn't really made up her mind. Hearing that, Fong asks, "Are you rejecting me because of Ali?" Xiaowei quickly replies, "It's nothing like that," which makes Fong happy, and he starts trying to impress her. Meanwhile, John gives Fong some advice about love, which surprises him. Then we see Xiai working at the restaurant when Fong suddenly shows up. She's shocked to see him because he brought her flowers and asks, "Are you free today?" Xiai replies, "No, I have work." Fong smiles and quietly leaves. Miss Jang visits Fong. She gives him a schedule for an upcoming art exhibition and asks, "Can we meet tomorrow?" "I'm free." Fong replies, "I have a meeting tomorrow, maybe some other time." Miss Jang leaves. Then Ali visits Xiai and tells her he has a way to help her find what she's looking for. Xiai turns him down because she can't feel his energy. Ali then says, "At least describe to me what the announcer device looks like. I'll paint it." Xiai explains it to him, and he starts painting. Just then, an order comes in from Fang's office for 1,000 copies. Ollie and Shachi work together to complete the order and end up exhausted. Xiai then takes the copies to Fang's office. She tells John, "Give these to Fang," but John replies, "I'm busy. You do it." So Shachi goes to Fang and hands in the copies. Fang looks at her and asks, "Do you love me?" Shachi replies, "No, I don't love you. One day I'll leave this place." Fang says, "All right, I won't bother you anymore." Xiai leaves, but outside she can't stop thinking about him. Sometime later, Fang visits a doctor. The doctor asks, "What's wrong?" Fang says, "You told me about some medicine that could help. Please give me those." The doctor warns him about the side effects, but Fang insists. Then John goes to Xiaoyi and tells her about Fang's illness, saying only you can help him. Xiai starts thinking about Fang. Soon Fang's stepmother tells his father about his illness. His father confronts him, asking, "Why didn't you tell me you're sick?" Just then, Xiai arrives and says, "Fang took that medicine because of me." Fang's stepmother asks Xiai, "Who are you?" Xiai replies, "I'm Fang's girlfriend." Shocked, she says, "But just a few days ago, you said Miss Zhang was your girlfriend. Now you've changed her." Later, Fang's mother and brother secretly plot against him, and Ollie overhears everything. Fang then asks Xiai, "Why did you come? You don't even like me." Xiai explains that John told her about Fang's illness and said only she could help. Xiai offers, "I'll pretend to be your girlfriend." Fun asks, "What do you want in return?" Xiai answers, "Nothing, I'm leaving in a few days anyway." Afterward, Fang drops Xiaowei off at home. Alone, she starts wondering, why am I pretending to be the girlfriend of someone whose family could ruin my reputation? She gets anxious, then says, "I can't just leave phone. And I still haven't found the announcer device." Her assistant Kubri advises her, "Now that you're his girlfriend, try to find the device in his office." Xiai agrees. The next morning, Xiai wakes up early and goes to Fang. He opens up about his family and warns her to stay away from Ollie and especially his mother. Then he asks about her own family. Xiai says, "I came from an egg," which shocks Fang. She adds, "I'm an orphan," which moves him emotionally. Later, Xiai meets Miss Chai and tells her she's quitting her job. Miss Chai is happy she thinks Xiai and Fang are getting married. Meanwhile, Ollie meets Miss Zhang and asks how her relationship with Fang is going. Zhang says he's too busy and they haven't met in a while. She then asks Ollie if there's someone else in Fang's life. Ollie replies, "If there is, it's because he's not the right one for you. He's hurt you before." Zhang asks, "Have you ever truly loved someone? If you had, you'd understand me." She leaves. Fang brings Shachi home to meet his father, but Ali's mother interrupts, saying their father only wants to see Fang. As Fang goes in, she takes Xiai away. Inside, Fang's father scolds him. While outside, Oi's mother tells Xiaoqi, "You don't love Fang, you love what he represents." Fun comes out and tells Xiai, "I want to marry you, but my dad won't agree." He adds, "Well, have to meet in secret from now on." Xiai smiles, but as she struggles to walk in high heels, Fang picks her up and they walk off together. Xiai arrives at Fang's office where she meets John. John tells her that Fang is currently in a meeting, but assures her that once he's free, he'll introduce them. A little while later, Fang comes out of the meeting, and as soon as Xiaowei sees him, she finds herself drawn to him. Not long after, Fang calls Xiaowei and asks her to bring a file from her desk to his office. When she arrives, they chat, and Xiai mentions that she wants to work in the research department. Fang reassures her that he'll make sure she gets a position there. Later, Fang takes Xiai out for dinner, and the two enjoy their meal together. After dinner, Zhang shows up and asks Xiai, "What are you doing with Fang?" Xiaowei replies, "I'm his secretary now." Fang then says, "It's time to go." Zhang complains that it's too late and she won't be able to find a ride. She asks if Fang can drop her home. Xiaowei steps in and says, "We'll go home together." The three of them then leave. On the way, Fang and Zhang talk. Zhang says, "Your parents like me." Fang tells her he needs to have an important conversation. After dropping Xiai off, Fang tells Zhang, "Forget about our blind date. I don't love you. I don't have any special feelings for you." And with that, he leaves. Xiai accidentally leaves her phone in Fang's car. Fang brings it back to her along with some medicine. When he gives it to her, Xiaowei says, "Don't take such good care of me. If I get used to it," Fang interrupts, "I won't let you get used to it." Later, Xiai heads to the office while Fang watches her from a distance. Fang tells John to assign her to the research department. John hands her a file and she makes her way to the department where she feels a bit out of place. While she's there, an employee named Alan approaches and asks her about the announcement device. She shows it to him and quietly takes it with her. Just then, Fang arrives and the two leave together for an exhibition. At the exhibition, a crowd gathers. When Fang and Xiaoi arrive, Zhang shows up and says she needs to talk to Fang. Xiai steps aside. Zhang asks, "Can we go on one more blind date?" Fang declines. Zhang responds, "Fine, then let's just be friends." Meanwhile, Ali comes over to Xiaoi and asks, "So, what did you think of the exhibition?" Smiling, Xiaoi replies, "It was nice." Suddenly, Alan shows up and accuses Xiaoi of stealing the announcement device. Fang is shocked and says, "That's not possible." Nervous, Xiai starts to run, but Fang stops her and says, "If you took it, Just tell me. I'll forgive you. Alan insists her bag should be checked, but Fong snaps. No one touches Xiaowei. Xiai opens her bag, shows it, and silently walks away. Fong softly says, I'm sorry. Xiai turns around and replies, it's okay. Afterwards, Xiai hides the device somewhere inside the exhibition. Fong's father scolds Ellie's mother for plotting against Fong. Zhang asks Ollie, what's going on between Fong and Xiaowei? Ellie responds, I don't know anything. Suddenly, a fire breaks out at the exhibition, and everything is destroyed. Xiai rushes in looking for Ollie, but faints due to the smoke. We see that Fong finds her and carries her out trying to wake her up. Meanwhile, Ollie goes to see his mother, who pretends to be ill. Just then, he gets a call informing him about the fire and how Xiaowei went in to save him. Shocked, Ollie rushes to see her. Fong tells him that Xiaowei is okay now. Ollie confesses that when she's around, he feels like someone truly cares for him. He says he wants to stay by Xiaowei's side and take care of her. Fong then reveals that Xiaowei is now his girlfriend and he'll take care of her. Ollie asks Fong how the fire started. Fong replies that he doesn't know. The fire itself wasn't big, but there was a lot of smoke. He also tells him, your exhibition is ruined now. Ollie leaves quietly. When Xiaowei wakes up, she asks Fong, is Ollie okay? Fong replies, why do you care so much about him? Is he just your friend, or is there something more? Xiaowei answers, he cares about me and my work. He's my best friend. She then praises Ollie, which angers Fong, and he walks away. We see Xiaoqi going to an exhibition to look for her announcement device, but she doesn't find anything. Then Alan arrives and ends up finding the device. Meanwhile, Fang asks John about Sapphire. John replies that an investigation is underway. Fang then says the matter of the Sapphire should stay between them. It must not get out. John agrees. Later, Alan and Zhang team up to gather more information about the Sapphire. When Fang returns home, Xiaoqi tells him that she can't go back home anymore and wants to stay there. She looks upset. Fang says, you can stay here. Then he calls his office and has all his work files sent to the house. Xiaoqi comes in and says she's hungry. Fang cooks for her, and she really enjoys the food. After that, Xiaoqi tries to scare Fang and invites him to drink with her. They end up talking for hours about planets while stargazing. The next morning, they have breakfast together, and Xiaoqi says she wants to go back to the restaurant. Fang tells her they'll have information about the Sapphire in 2 days. Hearing this, Xiaoqi looks a little uneasy and pretends to have a headache. She calls Kuberi and says she wants to tell Fang everything that night. She makes up her mind. Fang heads out for work and tells John, if something happens with Ollie, let me know. My parents might pressure him to go to the office against his will. Around the same time, Ollie refuses to go to work. His mom pressures him, revealing that he was the one who set the exhibition on fire. Ollie, furious, says, that exhibition was mine. Why did you do that? His mom replies, I did it all for you. Ollie storms off saying, Fang created that exhibition for me. Later, Ollie meets Xiaoqi and apologizes for hurting her. Xiaoqi smiles and says, it's okay. You're my best friend. Ollie leaves, and just then, Fang shows up. Seeing Ollie makes him jealous. He asks Xiaoqi, do you like Ollie? You're my girlfriend now, but you're always worried about him. Do you think I'll leave you for him? If you think that, listen carefully. You're my girlfriend, and you should only look at me, not Ollie. Don't meet him, and don't talk to him. Xiaoqi returns to the restaurant, smiling to herself as she thinks about Fang. Then we see Fang telling John he won't be coming to the office that day because he's heading to the restaurant. But John informs him that Miss Zhang came to meet him. Miss Zhang tells Fang that it was Xiaoqi who stole the sapphire and that she has solid proof. She shows him a video. After watching the video, Fang calmly says, keep this video to yourself. Don't tell anyone. Miss Zhang then advises him to break up with Xiaoqi and leaves. Fang begins deeply reflecting on Xiaoqi. He then goes to meet her and directly asks about the sapphire. Xiaoqi admits she had it. Fang questions, why did you steal it? Was it for money or to give it to another company? Xiaoqi denies it and says she just wanted to look at it. Fang, angry, says, you broke my trust, and walks away. On his way out, he tells John to shut down the sapphire project. Meanwhile, Alan and Zhang start planning something new against Xiaoqi. Xiaoqi sits alone, looking sad. Her friend Kuberi tries to comfort her, but she doesn't cheer up. Then she tries to harm herself, but nothing serious happens. After that, she stops eating and locks herself in her room. Miss Chai calls Fang and informs him about Xiaoqi's condition. Worried, Fang rushes to the restaurant and angrily yells at her. Xiaoqi asks, why do you even care about me? And tells him she doesn't want to talk to him anymore. Fang replies, first, come to the office and submit your resignation. Then do whatever you want. At home, Ollie tells his mom he'll only return to the office on one condition. She must not try to drive a wedge between him and Fang, and she must not hurt Fang. She agrees. Later, we see Ollie arriving at the office. Meanwhile, Xiaoqi meets Fang and hands in her resignation, but Fang refuses to accept it. He reminds her that she signed a 5-year contract, and if she quits now, she'll have to pay the company a large penalty. Fang tells her she has to decide either work or sell the restaurant to pay off the contract. Xiaoqi later runs into Ollie and asks, what are you doing here? Ollie replies, starting today, I'm working as the company's new director. They talk over coffee and Ollie tells her, Fang has always been like this. He's done the same with other girls before. Then he encourages her. Don't resign. I'll give you a job in my department. Xiaoqi returns to the office, and Fang grabs her hand and brings her inside. He then starts giving her various tasks to make her life difficult. There's always some bickering between the two, but in the end, they still go home together. The next day, they visit a doctor who asks them a few questions in hopes of helping them become friends again. Then the doctor privately asks Fang what the real issue is. Fang explains that he doesn't want to treat Xiaoqi the same way he treated other girls in the past. The doctor advises Xiaoqi to let go of her anger and support Fang instead. Taking the advice to heart, Xiaoqi decides to help him. She goes to the office early and tidies up the room. Later, when Fang arrives, she asks, "What do you think of the office?" Fang is confused and asks, "What's all this?" Then, Xiaoqi gives Fang a massage to help him feel better. Fang tells her, "You're being nice to me, so I'll accept your resignation, but no matter what you do, I won't accept it." The next morning, Xiaoqi shows up at Fang's house and says, "Let's jog to the office today." Fang agrees, and they start jogging together. Xiaoqi falls behind, and Fang gets ahead. Just then, Xiaoqi starts to use her powers, but Fang comes back and says, "There are traffic lights ahead, and I know you're scared to cross alone. Come with me." They cross the street together. Fang then tells her, "I forgive you for what happened with Sapphire, so there's no need for you to resign." This marks a turning point in Fang and Xiaoqi's relationship. Later, Miss Jiang sees Fang and Xiaoqi together and makes a plan with Alan to show everyone the video about the Sapphire incident. People watch the video and start blaming Xiaoqi. Eventually, the video reaches Ollie, who also watches it. Then, Xiaoqi takes Fang to a restaurant where he sings a song for her. Everyone loves it. After they leave the restaurant, Fang tells her, "From now on, don't come to places like this." Just then, Xiaoqi compliments Ollie in front of Fang. He gets angry and says, "Why did you come here with me? You should have come with Ollie." Xiaoqi replies, "I brought you here so you could feel my emotions. I want you to get better." Fang, upset, walks away. The next morning, when Xiaoqi arrives at the office, everyone starts ignoring her. No one is willing to help, and one by one, they all leave. Xiaoqi has no idea what's going on. Meanwhile, her colleagues gossip about her while she silently listens from a distance. Fang enters the office and tells John, "From now on, Xiaoqi will have nothing to do with my treatment." John is shocked and starts wondering what happened. Just then, Ollie runs in, grabs Xiaoqi, and takes her outside. Fang watches this and becomes furious. Ollie tells Xiaoqi that the news about the Sapphire theft is now out in public, and everyone blames her. Xiaoqi says, "The Sapphire actually belonged to me, so I took it." She returns to the office, and John advises her not to interfere in Fang's work for a while, and gives her some tips to set things right. Later, she wakes up after dreaming of Fang and starts heading home. Fang offers to drop her off, but Xiaoqi refuses and goes alone. Fang quietly follows her and helps from a distance. While crossing the road, Xiaoqi gets stuck in the middle. Fang turns on his car headlights and helps her cross. The next morning, Jiang visits Xiaoqi and says that because of her, Fang's reputation has suffered. She also tells her that the Sapphire project has been taken away from Fang, and if she truly cares about him, she should stay away from both him and the company. With that, Jiang leaves. When Xiaoqi gets to the office, one of her co-workers accuses her of stealing a work report. Xiaoqi firmly denies it. Later, Fang finds out that there are rumors about the Sapphire theft and tells John, "Make a public statement. It wasn't Xiaoqi who stole it, I lost it." Fang comes to the office and tells everyone, "Xiaoqi didn't steal anything. The report wasn't taken by her either. We both went together and were witnesses." Then Fang asks Xiaoqi, "Why didn't you tell me about the Sapphire?" Xiaoqi replies, "It was a personal matter, and I wanted to handle it on my own." Fang reminds her, "Don't forget you agreed to be my girlfriend. That means you're mine." Xiaoqi responds, "I don't want to be your girlfriend anymore." Fang asks, "So you want to leave me for Ollie?" Xiaoqi replies, "At least Ollie treats me with respect." Fang angrily says, "Fine, I'll send you to him." The next morning, Xiaoqi finds out she's been transferred to be Ollie's secretary. She asks Fang, "Why did you have me transferred?" Fang replies, "You wanted to work with Ollie." Ollie and Xiaoqi are happy and dive into work, but they accidentally sign off on the wrong project, which causes losses for the company. The project gets cancelled. Fang says he wants to give Ollie another chance and tells both Ollie and Xiaoqi to prove themselves. They head to meet the perfume master and travel to an island. Ollie calls John to say they've gone to the island. John informs Fang and adds that a strong storm is on the way. Fang says he won't let them face danger and decides to go after them. Ollie and Xiaoqi reach the island and the wind starts picking up. Xiaoqi sits under a tree while Ollie goes to look for the perfume master. Just then, Fang arrives, puts his jacket around her and asks, "Why don't you take care of yourself?" Fang's concern makes Xiaoqi's heart race. She hears the announcement device inside his heartbeat and feels happy. The three of them reach the perfume master's house and spend the night there. Xiaoqi asks Fang, "Don't you feel like there's some kind of chip inside your heartbeat?" Fang laughs it off, saying no. Xiaoqi insists, "I heard the sound." Fang thinks she's joking and walks away. Xiaoqi takes Fang to the exact spot where she heard the announcement device, but Fang refuses to believe her. He says, "Not everything in life is a joke." Xiaoqi replies, "I'm not joking." Fang leaves again. The perfume master gives Ollie a few perfumes to test. Meanwhile, Alan shows Jiang some audio and video clips from Fang's memory bank clips she wanted deleted so that Fang would forget about Xiaoqi. Later, the three of them go for a drive. They test the perfumes, but none of them are suitable. Ollie tells Fang to head back while he and Xiaoqi stay a couple more days. While driving with Ollie, Xiaoqi mentions the sound of the announcement device from Fang's heartbeat. Ollie realizes Fang is following them, and they rush into a restaurant. Xiaoqi suggests inviting Fang in too, but Ollie says no, wanting some alone time with her. Soon, Fang joins them. At the restaurant, he signs Xiaoqi's hand and says, "You won't forget me because of this signature." A staff member brings them a photo, which makes Fang happy. Later, Jiang calls Ollie and tells him she's revealed the sapphire theft to everyone, and that now he's in trouble too. She asks him to get Fang's fingerprint so she can erase Xiaoqi's memories from him. Ollie agrees to help. While Xiaoqi is helping Ollie bandage his hand after a glass injury, Ollie secretly gets Fang's fingerprint and sends it to Jiang. Meanwhile, Xiaoqi practices to impress Fang. Ollie realizes her true feelings for Fang and decides to help. He kisses her in front of Fang, who becomes furious and stops talking to her. Later, Xiaoqi falls sick and sits under a tree. Fang finds her and hugs her, which warms her up. He takes her inside. Xiaoqi tells him, "Whenever someone touches me, I feel cold. Only you make me feel warm." The reason is the announcement device in Fang's heartbeat, which makes Xiaoqi feel comfortable with him. That night, it rains, and Fang suddenly suffers a memory loss episode. When he wakes up and sees Xiaoqi beside him, he doesn't recognize her and asks her to leave the room. Xiaoqi wonders what suddenly happened to Fang and goes to Ollie. She tells him, something seems off about Fang. Then she asks John to drop her home, and he agrees. Fang tells Xiaoqi, "From now on, you're not my girlfriend anymore." Xiaoqi is shocked and keeps looking at him, wondering why he's suddenly acting this way. Then Fang drops Xiaoqi off from the car and heads to the doctor. At the clinic, the doctor shows Fang a photo of Xiaoqi, but Fang doesn't recognize her. The doctor is shocked and says, "That can't be! She's the same girl from the last rain, the one you could never forget." The doctor and John agree that they need Xiaoqi's help again because only she can help Fang regain his memory. The doctor goes to Xiaoqi and tells her about Fang's condition. Just then, the hotel owner flirts with the doctor, gives him a free gift, and says, "You're so handsome." The doctor asks Xiaoqi a few questions, and she tells him that Ollie had kissed her once, and that made Fang really jealous. The doctor responds, "What matters most is getting Fang's memory back no matter what." John brings Fang some data from the memory bank and plays old memories of Xiaoqi, but all of Xiaoqi's memories have been deleted. John says, "Only Xiaoqi's memories are missing. Everything else is intact." Fang goes to the hotel and asks Xiaoqi, "What did I ever do for you?" Xiaoqi replies, "You used to take me to the office, bring me flowers every day, and treat me like a princess." Fang says, "I can't stay with you anymore." Xiaoqi responds, "I'm not breaking up with you." The next morning, Xiaoqi becomes a delivery girl again and asks Fang, "Did anything come back to you?" But Fang doesn't even recognize her and tells the guard, "Don't let her into the office." Using her powers, Xiaoqi sneaks into Fang's house. As soon as Fang enters the room, she ties his hands and tries using her powers on him, but they don't work. Fang pretends to faint, and Xiaoqi gets scared and unties him. Fang says, "I should have known you were lying, but since you helped me once, I forgive you." Xiaoqi asks, "Can you make your heart beat for me again?" Fang replies, "I don't know what we had. I don't remember anything, so please, leave." Xiaoqi stops coming to the office, and Ollie gets worried. Just then, Jiang calls Ollie to meet and says, "Kick Xiaoqi out of your department. If she wasn't around, Fang would have been mine." Ollie responds, "If Fang really loved you, that wouldn't matter, and I'm not going to hurt someone just to get ahead." Ollie goes to Xiaoqi and asks why she stopped coming to work. Xiaoqi says, "I went to see Fang. I just want to get back what's mine after that. I'll never bother him again." Ollie asks, "Tell me what it is. I'll help you." Then Fang tells John to fire Xiaoqi. Ollie steps in and says, "She works in my department. No one can fire her without my permission." Fang asks, "Do you like her?" Ollie replies, "Yes, I do." Fang responds, "Fine, you're both fired." Suddenly, news spreads in the media that Fang and his employee Xiaoqi have broken up. When Fang finds out, he rushes to Xiaoqi thinking she leaked the news. Later, Fang hosts a charity event where he plans to clear up all the rumors. The media surrounds them and bombards them with questions. Fang clearly states, "I have no personal relationship with my colleague." Xiaoqi adds, "Fang is just my boss." Then Jiang throws a question. "You were just a delivery girl before. How did you end up joining F Group?" Xiaoqi has no answer, and the media continues pressing her. Finally, the reporters ask, "Which one of you broke up with the other?" Fang and Xiaoqi both answer together, "We broke up." After the press conference, Xiaoqi walks out, but she looks very upset. Just then, Jiang shows up and scolds her harshly. She even slaps Xiaoqi. In response, Xiaoqi tells Jiang to apologize, but instead, Jiang insults her even more. Angry, Xiaoqi slaps Jiang back. At that moment, Fang arrives, and Jiang pretends to fall. Xiaoqi tries to explain what really happened, but Fang refuses to listen. He tells Jiang, "I'm sure Xiaoqi didn't push you on purpose. She would never intentionally hurt anyone." Jiang replies, "You still care about her, don't you?" She then makes up an excuse to keep Fang with her. After all this, Xiaoqi is heartbroken heartbroken. That's when Ollie finds her, and she tells him everything. Ollie gets really angry and takes Xiaoqi inside. He says to her, "Pretend you're in a relationship with me." Ollie does this to teach Fang a lesson. The two of them then go see Fang, and Ollie says, "There's no need for you to bother Xiaoqi anymore." Ollie and Xiaoqi then start dancing, while Fang watches them. Later, Ollie and Xiaoqi are talking when Fang walks in and asks Xiaoqi to meet him the next day. She refuses at first, but Fang says, "I'll send you the location." The next day, Xiaoqi meets Fang at a restaurant. Fang asks her, "What will it take for you to break up with me?" Xiaoqi responds, "Getting what I want might hurt you a little, but as soon as I get my stuff, I'll leave." Hearing this, Fang feels hurt. Thinking she's going to leave the city because of him, Fang excuses himself to use the restroom, and Xiaoqi waits outside. She had brought a tablet that speeds up the heartbeat and tries to make Fang take it. Somehow, the tablet ends up in Fang's mouth. At that moment, a man complains to a security guard, who then takes both of them to a private room. The guard says, "Sign this apology letter." Fang and Xiaoqi start arguing again. Frustrated, the guard locks them in the room. Soon, the pill starts to affect Fang and he begins to feel unwell. He holds on to Xiaoqi and eventually passes out. Meanwhile, Zhang is waiting for Fang at the restaurant and calls John, who tells her that Fang went to meet Xiaoqi. Zhang waits for a long time, but Fang never shows up. Furious, she calls the media and lies, saying, "Fang and I are in a relationship." The next morning, Fang wakes up and sees Xiaoqi next to him. He immediately sits up and they start arguing again. Just then, the guard comes in and says, "Boyfriends and girlfriends are so annoying." Both of them quickly respond, "We're not boyfriend and girlfriend." Then Fang and Xiaoqi come out of the mall room. Just then, John tells Fang that Zhang has informed the media that she and Fang are in a relationship. Hearing this, Fang is shocked and says, "Take me to Zhang's place." At that moment, Xiaoqi walks up to them, but Fang ignores her, gets in his car, and drives off. Meanwhile, Ollie is watching a news show on TV where they are reporting about Fang and Zhang's supposed relationship. He goes to Xiaoqi and tells her to stay away from the news so she doesn't find out and get upset. Fang arrives at Zhang's place and apologizes to her for yesterday, saying he made her wait and never showed up at the hotel. Zhang smiles and says, "It's okay, at least you realized it." Then she gives him an old photo from their school days. Fang goes quiet looking at it. Zhang tells him that they were childhood friends and one day something started between them, but then it rained one day and everything changed. Fang forgot everything. Hearing this, Fang feels really guilty because he realizes how much pain Zhang had to go through because of him. Still, he tells Zhang, "I can't be in a relationship with you." Later, Ollie and Xiaoqi go to learn about perfumes for work. During the session, Ollie asks Xiaoqi, "How would you feel if Fang got into a relationship with someone else?" Xiaoqi replies, "It doesn't matter to me," but by the tone of her voice, Ollie realizes she's lying. Afterwards, Ollie drops Xiaoqi off at her hotel and gives her a box of perfume, saying, "You'll have to work from home for a few days." Just then, Fang shows up and tells Ollie, "I need to talk to you about something important." Ollie turns to Xiaoqi and asks her to leave. She walks away, and Ollie begins talking to Fang. Ollie says, "I've been trying all day to make sure Xiaoqi doesn't find out about your relationship with Zhang." Fang replies, "You're this angry because of Xiaoqi, aren't you?" Ollie nods and says, "I just didn't want her to get hurt because of you." When Xiaoqi arrives at the restaurant, the hotel owner shows her a news report. After watching it, Xiaoqi becomes really sad. She steps outside, where Ollie and Fang are still talking. Ollie asks Fang, "If Xiaoqi comes back to you, will you be with her?" Fang replies, "No, I don't like her, and I don't want to have any relationship with her anymore." Hearing this, Ollie feels terrible and walks away. Xiaoqi, who overhears everything, also becomes heartbroken and goes to her room, where she cries a lot. This Xiaoqi suddenly appears in front of Fang's car, forcing him to get out. She talks to him in a way that makes it seem like she's completely moved on. She even congratulates him on his relationship with Zhang. Hearing this, Fang understands everything, but he doesn't say a word. Xiaoqi walks away sadly and later ends up crying again in the restroom. After that, something strange starts happening to her. Her powers begin spiraling out of control and she becomes quite distressed. Meanwhile, Fang visits his father, who happily tells him how proud he is that Fang has moved on from Xiaoqi and chosen Zhang instead. He encourages Fang to marry Zhang, but Fang doesn't agree. He simply replies that they'll talk about it later and leaves. Fang then goes to Zhang and tells her directly that he doesn't want to be with her. Zhang tries to convince him otherwise, but Fang refuses to change his mind. As he turns to leave, Zhang looks at him and suddenly bursts into tears. She hugs him and says, "Just give this relationship a try." Meanwhile, Xiaoqi's powers are now completely out of control. She begins randomly teleporting from place to place. When Ollie sees this, he's shocked. Xiaoqi laughs it off, saying she was just messing with him. But the moment Ollie mentions Fang's name, the lights in the office start flickering wildly. Xiaoqi, now angry, tells him not to say Fang's name again. When Xiaoqi sleeps, she starts having dreams about Fang. The next morning, because of her powers, she somehow ends up in Fang's bed. Fang is still asleep and unaware of anything. Suddenly, he shifts in his sleep and accidentally pushes her off the bed. Xiaoqi falls, but Fang doesn't realize anything since he's still asleep. At that moment, Zhang shows up at Fang's place. As Fang goes to open the door, Xiaoqi gets up from the bed. Her pet turtle, which had been hiding under Fang's bed, starts crawling out and Xiaoqi tries to pick it up. But just then, a flower pot falls, making a loud noise. Fang and Zhang rush into the room. As soon as Zhang sees sees Xiaoqi, she starts insulting her, but Fang stops her and firmly says, "You should leave. We'll talk later." Jiang leaves, and Xiaoqi quietly says sorry before walking out. Fang smiles as she leaves. Back home, Xiaoqi starts thinking about how she can control her powers. Every time she hears or says Fang's name, her powers go haywire, and she can't seem to stop it. To train herself emotionally, she puts up a poster of Fang and Jiang in her room, hoping that by looking at it every day, she'll get used to the idea of them being together. Fang's stepmother visits Xiaoqi's hotel and claims, "I'm Fang's mother." Upon hearing this, the hotel owner rushes to Xiaoqi and says, "Fang's mother is here." Ollie's mother asks Xiaoqi if she and Fang have broken up. Xiaoqi sharply responds, "Are you offering me money so I'll leave him?" Ollie's mother says, "Yes. I'll give you money, but in return you have to reveal Fang's secret." The moment Fang's name is mentioned, Xiaoqi loses control of her powers. Trying to calm herself, she heads straight to Fang's office to talk to him. But Fang is in a meeting. As soon as the meeting ends, Xiaoqi approaches him, but he ignores her and walks away without saying a word. Heartbroken, she returns to the hotel. The next day, Xiaoqi visits Fang's father. As soon as they meet, he brings up money. It seems he believes Xiaoqi is only with Fang for financial reasons. He then asks, "First, tell me what's wrong with Fang." Xiaoqi replies, "He's always so busy with work. He can't sleep at night. You're his family. Please, take care of him." Fang's father agrees and says, "I'll transfer the money to your account in 2 days. Just stay away from Fang." Just then, Ollie's mother confronts Xiaoqi angrily. When Fang finds out Xiaoqi took money from his father, he furiously asks, "Why did my dad transfer so much money to you?" Xiaoqi had told his father everything about him. Fang, hurt and angry, leaves. He goes straight to his father and says, "If you want answers, ask me directly, not someone else." His father then tells him what Xiaoqi had said. Hearing all this, Fang feels more confused than ever. He realizes he might have misjudged Xiaoqi. His father even tells him, "Xiaoqi said we should take care of you." Fang then tries to call Xiaoqi, but she's too upset to answer. He goes to the hotel and asks Miss Chai about her, who replies that Xiaoqi might be asleep. The next morning, Xiaoqi heads to the office. After submitting a file, she turns around and there's Fang. Seeing him, she panics and hides. Fang follows her, but when she sees him again, she tries to leave. Fang stops her and tries to apologize, but Xiaoqi ignores him and walks away. Suddenly, her powers spiral out of control again, and she accidentally ends up in Ollie's office. Ollie arrives and assigns her a task. In a company meeting, Xiaoqi talks about perfumes. She presents one in particular and says, "This reminds me of the most important person in my life. He loved this scent too. It reminds us of someone truly special." The perfume is named Memory. When Fang smells it, all his memories come rushing back. Suddenly, he approves all the perfumes and rushes out, calling Xiaoqi to his office. As soon as she arrives, Fang asks, "That perfume you were talking about? It was about me, right?" The story then shifts to Jiang and Xiaoqi. While Xiaoqi is about to express her feelings, Jiang interrupts and invites her to dinner. Xiaoqi politely declines, saying, "I only work for Ollie. I can't go anywhere without his permission." Fang hears this and immediately calls Ollie. When Ollie arrives, Fang insists he join them too. The four of them head to a restaurant. As always, Jiang tries to belittle Xiaoqi by talking about money. Xiaoqi gets upset and storms out. Ollie follows and takes her shopping to cheer her up. Back at the restaurant, Fang scolds Jiang, "You shouldn't have said that. From now on, stay out of matters between Xiaoqi and me." The next day, Xiaoqi walks into a crowded elevator with Fang in it. Because of him, she doesn't step in and the doors close. Then the doors reopen, employees exit, and Fang tells Xiaoqi, "Come in." He asks, "Why are you ignoring me?" She doesn't respond. As Fang steps closer, her powers spiral again, and the elevator malfunctions, plummeting down. Using her powers, she opens the door and tells Fang to leave, but he refuses to leave without her. The doors shut again. Xiaoqi asks, "Why didn't you leave?" Fang replies, "I don't remember anything between us, but whenever someone speaks badly about you, I get furious." Hearing this, Xiaoqi realizes Fang still loves her. Using all her strength, she opens the elevator doors again, but collapses unconscious. Fang rushes her home. Ollie arrives and asks about Xiaoqi. Fang calmly says, "She's resting." Xiaoqi wakes up, and Ollie, who had been hiding his feelings, tells Fang, "I love Xiaoqi. Stay away from her." Just then, Xiaoqi enters. Ollie grabs her hand, trying to take her away, but she pulls back. Still, Ollie takes her outside to talk. Xiaoqi firmly says, "I like Fang. I only see you as a friend." Meanwhile, Jiang sees a photo of Xiaoqi and Fang together and storms over to show it to Fang's father. Enraged, he decides to intervene. Fang, meanwhile, receives a certificate for Xiaoqi and goes to Miss Chai's restaurant to give it to her. Seeing her makes him smile. Xiaoqi takes the certificate inside and realizes that Fang truly loves her, not just cares. The next morning, Fang arrives at his office to find his father waiting. He's furious over Fang's growing bond with Xiaoqi, but this time Fang doesn't stay silent. Angry, he says, "You've always treated my life like a business deal. Mom left, and you remarried for business. But I don't love Jiang. Later, Xiaoqi brings food for Fang, but finds his father instead. He tells her bluntly, Fang and Jiang are getting engaged. Stay away from him. Devastated, Xiaoqi returns to the restaurant and breaks down crying. She grabs a wine bottle and goes to Fang's place. Emotional and drunk, she confesses, I love you. Suddenly, Fang falls ill. Xiaoqi panics and rushes him to the hospital, calling Ollie for help. Everyone arrives soon. Jiang blames Xiaoqi, but then the doctor reveals something shocking. Fang has a device in his chest that's extremely dangerous to remove. Fang's father tells Xiaoqi, you will have no connection with Fang from now on. Outside, Xiaoqi breaks down in tears. Ollie quietly takes her inside to see Fang. She apologizes and uses all her inner power to heal him, but collapses from exhaustion. Ollie carries her away. The next day, Fang wakes up and immediately asks for Xiaoqi. Ollie snaps, you only care about her, not us. Xiaoqi calls Oli and asks about Fang's condition. Oli assures her he's fine. She tells him she's leaving the city for good. Later, Fang tells his father, I won't marry Jiang. Meanwhile, Xiaoqi is packing when Oli shows up unexpectedly. At the same time, Fang's father reassures Jiang, I've accepted you as my daughter-in-law. She is overjoyed. Fang asks the doctor why Xiaoqi hasn't visited. Getting no answer, he calls her angrily and says, I'm here because of you. Who will pay the price? Xiaoqi immediately transfers money to his account. Fang calls again and says, this wasn't your fault. But Xiaoqi, emotional, replies, I don't want to see you again, and hangs up. As Xiaoqi prepares to leave town, Miss Chai gets emotional. The doctor tells Fang she's leaving. Ollie decides to go with her and leaves quietly. The story reaches an emotional peak when Fang finds Xiaoqi just in time and stops her. Suddenly, he kisses her. Ollie sees everything and walks away heartbroken. This Xiaoqi tells Fang to leave her now, but Fang pretends to be in pain and stops her. Later, the two of them arrive at Fang's house, where he once again fakes being sick. Seeing his condition, Xiaoqi decides to stay. Just then, Jiang shows up and harshly scolds Xiaoqi. At that moment, Fang comes in and clearly says that he wants to live his life on his own terms now and that he likes Xiaoqi. Hearing this, Jiang quietly leaves. Afterward, Fang opens up to Xiaoqi and tells her that he loves her. He tears up a beautiful painting made by Xiaoqi and then breaks down crying alone. Meanwhile, Jingyang hands Oli's mother a medical file related to Fang's illness, revealing a major secret. Xiaoqi meets Miss Chai at a restaurant and reassures her that she'll never leave her. The next morning, Fang arrives at the restaurant to pick Xiaoqi up, and they head to the office together. Everyone at the office notices them arriving together. Even Oli becomes emotional seeing them side by side. Later, Xiaoqi goes to meet Oli. Oli opens up about his feelings and confesses that he loves her too, but Xiaoqi gently makes it clear that they're just good friends. After saying this, she walks away. When Fang comes to meet Xiaoqi, she bluntly tells him she doesn't want to see him. Tension rises when Fang and Oli get into an argument over Xiaoqi. Fang then returns to the restaurant and takes Xiaoqi to see Oli. The two men come face to face again. Soon after, all three of them end up in the same car. During the ride, a tired Xiaoqi asks, when will you both stop following me? Fang confidently replies, never. After that, the trio goes to play badminton. For a while, things seem normal. They laugh and joke around while playing, but suddenly, Ollie quietly leaves. During the game, Fang's health worsens. Xiaoqi asks him why he came to play if he was in pain, and Fang replies, because I didn't want to lose to Ollie. Hearing this, Xiaoqi becomes emotional. Ollie returns but overhears Xiaoqi and Fang talking, and silently walks away again. Fang then asks Xiaoqi, why do you want to leave me? Xiaoqi finally tells the truth. I only became your girlfriend because of that announcement device. Fang responds, I won't bother you anymore, but I'll still wait for you. I believe you'll come back. Xiaoqi returns to the restaurant and confides in Miss Chai that she feels really confused. The next morning, Xiaoqi goes to the office, but Ollie removes her from the perfume project, a huge shock for her. Meanwhile, the media finds out about Fang's illness, causing chaos at the company. The board demands that Fang be removed from his position as president. However, Fang's father defends him, saying, since becoming president, Fang hasn't made a single mistake. Sadly, no one listens. Fang throws himself into work, but the pressure takes a toll on his health. The doctor decides to take him home and keep him away from the media. But just then, reporters show up. Hearing their questions, Fang's condition worsens. Xiaoqi suddenly appears and uses her powers to stop everything, then takes Fang away with her. Fang starts living at Xiaoqi's place. One day, Xiaoqi tells him, you're not really sick, you just forget things more than others. There's nothing wrong with that. Hearing this comforts Fang, and he falls asleep at her place. The next morning, the doctor brings all of Fang's files to Xiaoqi's house. Fang starts working from there, but Xiaoqi keeps distracting him. To keep her busy, Fang gives her tasks to do, which leaves her frustrated. Later, Fang sees Oli's uncle with the board members and realizes what's going on. That night, when Fang doesn't return home, Xiaoqi starts to worry. The next day, she brings his bag to the office. Fang says, did you miss me yesterday? Xiaoqi replies, no, why would I miss you? They talk, and Xiaoqi tells him that she's only using him for his power. Fang thinks she's joking. Later, Xiaoqi meets with Oli and asks him, is Fang really going to resign? Oli replies, how would you feel if I took Fang's place? Hearing this, Xiaoqi gets upset and leaves. Then, Alan comes to Miss Chai's restaurant and takes Kubri with him. Xiaoqi starts searching for Kubri and Ollie joins her to help. Afterward, Ollie tells Fang, in times of need, Xiaoqi only remembers me. This hurts Fang. Xiaoqi finds Alan, but he ends up hurting her. When Alan sees Xiaoqi's blue blood, he realizes she's an alien. Just then, Fang arrives and fights Alan, firing him from the job. He then takes Xiaoqi back home. The hunchback says that Ellen has searched through your entire room. After this, Xiaoqi goes to the office and tells Ollie that they've found the hunchback. Then she goes to meet Fang. Next, Zhang visits Fang's father and tells him, I want to marry Fang. I don't care about his illness. Meanwhile, Fang and Xiaoqi work together to create a new perfume. Fang calls Ollie and tells him, Xiaoqi is with me now. Fang then receives a call from his father asking to meet. His father tells him to marry Zhang as soon as possible. When Fang returns home, Xiaoqi is busy working. Fang tells her to go home and rest. Xiaoqi heads to a restaurant and Ollie shows up. He says, let's leave everything behind and go far away together. Xiaoqi replies, if you want to go ahead. But why do you want to take me with you? Ollie confesses, you mean more to me than Fang ever could. Xiaoqi gets emotional and says, I'm not going anywhere. I trust Fang completely. He never gives up, and he's going to win. Meanwhile, Fang tells John, I'll never leave Xiaoqi, even if it means giving up my career. Fang and Xiaoqi continue working on their perfume project. They decide to create a scent that attracts everyone, and they succeed. They're both thrilled. Later, Xiaoqi leaves for the restaurant, but Ellen kidnaps her. On the other side, Zhang visits Fang, offering to help, but Fang says, I don't need your help. You don't love me, you only care about yourself. Find someone who truly likes you. He'll make you happier. Fang returns to the office and finds out Xiaoqi never arrived. He starts to worry. John calls Ollie and asks if Xiaoqi is with him. Ollie says no, and they both begin searching for her. They eventually locate her. Meanwhile, Ellen is torturing Xiaoqi and injects her with something that weakens her. Fang and Ollie arrive, fight Ellen, and rescue Xiaoqi. Fang takes care of her. John later informs Fang that, because he missed the meeting, the media has been told he resigned. Fang brings food for Xiaoqi, but she makes excuses and refuses to eat. The doctor warns that it's going to rain and tells Fang to leave the area, but he refuses. He wants Xiaoqi's memories back. He says he can't live without her. Xiaoqi is growing weaker day by day. Meanwhile, Ollie's mom pressures him to take over the company. She warns that if he doesn't, she'll hurt both Fang and Xiaoqi. Ollie agrees. John then places a photo on the restaurant wall. Fang arrives, and they take a photo together so he won't forget Xiaoqi. Outside, they share an emotional moment. Xiaoqi visits Fang's memory bank, where all his memories are stored. Ollie's mom walks into Fang's cabin and says it should now belong to Ollie. Later, Ollie and Fang have a conversation. Ollie says, Xiaoqi is happiest with you. That's why I'll let her go. Fang gets emotional. Ollie takes Xiaoqi to the memory bank. As she goes inside, she gets injured, and her blue blood starts to flow. Ollie is shocked and asks, are you an alien? Xiaoqi admits she is. Then she goes in and deletes all of Fang's memories. Fang finds out and rushes over. Ollie pulls Xiaoqi out just in time and stays behind. When Fang arrives, he fights with Ollie and says, you didn't do this alone. Only Xiaoqi could have. Ollie confesses, I did it because I couldn't bear to see you two together. Fang rushes to the restaurant and confronts Xiaoqi. Why did you do this? He asks. Xiaoqi replies, I did it to protect you. Fang, furious and heartbroken, stands out in the rain and faints. Xiaoqi runs out and helps him. The next day, Xiaoqi and Ollie visit Fang. Fang pretends he doesn't remember her and asks Ollie, is she your girlfriend? Ollie replies, just a friend, she's a model. Hearing this, Fang calls Xiaoqi over and kisses her. Xiaoqi gets angry and walks away. Fang then asks Ollie, did you know Xiaoqi is an alien? Ollie replies, wait, you know too? They both start planning how to help her. Later, Ollie takes Xiaoqi to a restaurant where Fang shows up disguised as a model. He's wearing the perfume Xiaoqi made, and she's drawn to him. She ends up telling him everything. Fang also gets more info from the hunchback and learns that Xiaoqi can only be healed through the announcer device. He decides to go through with the operation. The hunchback warns him. Xiaoqi can only drink water, so Fang sends her a water bottle via John. Fang goes in for surgery. The hunchback uses his powers to remove the announcer device and heals Fang. Xiaoqi arrives, but Jiang tells her to pack up and leave. Xiaoqi walks away, heartbroken. The hunchback assures her that Fang is okay. When Xiaoqi goes to meet Fang, she sees he's already gone. She texts him. If he doesn't come to meet her, she'll throw the device into the river. Fang shows up. They have a deep, emotional conversation. He presses the button on the announcer device and sends out a signal. Xiaoqi is angry, but Fang calms her down. Later, Fang makes a special drink for Xiaoqi. They spend quality time together, take photos, and celebrate with friends. Xiaoqi gives some paintings to Ollie, and he's overjoyed. Fang brings Xiaoqi home. The next morning, Ollie shows up with balloons. The following day, Fang takes Xiaoqi shopping. At the mall, a girl tries to flirt with Fang, and Xiaoqi gets jealous. She even fights the girl. Outside, Fang bumps into a boy and helps him pick up his things. Suddenly, everything freezes. Fang realizes Xiao Qi is gone. He sits down and begins to cry. The next morning, Fang returns to the office completely healed. He becomes president and launches a new perfume, which features paintings of Xiao Qi and the Hunchback. During the press conference, everyone asks about Xiao Qi. Later, Fang visits the perfume master. A girl walks in and it's Xiao Qi. He's overjoyed. Meanwhile, Ollie and Jiang become friends again. Xiao Qi tells Fang, "I'll stay with you forever." She shows him a letter that says she was sent to Earth as an ambassador. They both smile. And with that, the series ends. To watch more shows like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon.